Hey, how is everybody doing? I've had a pretty good day, and I hope everybody else is having as good a day as mine has become. Because I know I didn't post it, but that is not because I was embarrassed, but I failed all my PRs in my last cycle, and I chose not to post this, not out of embarrassment, but it was more my temporary obsession to do better no matter what because of those failures. So I mean, I guess today has become, I want to say today's become a 9 out of 10. I started the day at like a 4 out of 10, but once I got my new program written out and like it really felt like it suited me, I think today became like a 9. The gym was very hype, even though I had under-eaten and I went way too late because I was thinking too much. But anyway, the reason that I think I failed my PRs, which might happen to some of you, is not because I jumped at it when I shouldn't have, or I like just went too heavy for no reason, like the typical answers are. I did my program to a T. I thought everything went really well. I did like 5 weeks of volume, or like 4.5 to 5 weeks of volume, ranging from like 65 to 85%, just going hard. I didn't actually do any singles in my program, which I think is what ended up being the issue. So, you know, the mindset I had was if I can work up to 85% and do like really solid easy doubles, and I put in like the 5 weeks of volume, sorry, Jesus, and I thought that I would be like really pumped and like PR ready. I have learned two things. First of all, you need to go at least up to 90 to 95% range in your training for at least a week for like singles or doubles if it's a power lift, to be fully PR ready. The weight was so much heavier than my body was used to, because 85% is not super heavy. It's like, that's like the cusp of like, shit, this is getting kind of heavy, but still very doable. Like I was doing those for solid doubles. So I underestimated how heavy it would feel going to like 300 plus pounds on a clean and jerk. So, you know, the other thing that I think is more why I failed, because I genuinely think I was PR ready, because I messed up my wrist a couple months ago, and it took like 9 weeks to heal, and then I did this program. So I had like, obviously I wasn't training consistently the way I would normally do when my wrist was messed up, but in a way I had like three months of training under my belt ready for these PRs, which is a lot of time. And the mistake I made is, in my typical programming, I like leaving, like whenever I'm going to go for like heavy, like my heavier sets of the week on my passion lifts, which are bench, squat, snatch, and bench, squat, snatch, and clean and jerk, because those are the ones that I care about strength-wise with the numbers. I never train them on the same day unless I plan on doing them at a lower weight than I'm normally used to. So like if it's a squat day, I'm going to train squat normally at the higher volume and weight percentage. But if I follow that up with like clean and jerk stuff or snatch stuff, I'm going to take the weight down by like at least 5%, just to make sure that I don't overdo it and over fatigue myself. So the main thing that I messed up was getting to the PRs. I didn't want to waste time, so I decided, for the sake of continuously doing this, because I was going to do this continuously for as long as my body would let me, and just PR like every cycle, which is never a good idea, as I've learned, is that I tried to put snatch and clean and jerk on the same day, and then not even giving myself a rest day. I was planning on PRing bench and squat the next day as well, which I did commit to. So snatch went really well. I did fail 245, but my previous PR was that I had actually done was 225. I had an estimated 230 on my programming because it had been a while since I PR'd, but my actual like lift that I had completed was 225. So I actually made I got 240, and it was a 15-pound PR, which is really good. The issue is that I was primed for that one weight and not doing clean and jerk directly after that. And so when I did clean and jerk, my body kind of had a shit fit and exploded on itself, and I couldn't even get 95% for the clean. Like, it would make sense if I could like try to clean it and I couldn't jerk it. I couldn't even clean it. That was how fucking stupid it was. I was hyping it up to be a 315 PR for the first time ever. So it was pretty disappointing to not even get my 95% on my delts. But anyway, that went horribly. And so at that point I had realized my mistake and how I can't just tag team PRs, especially going back to back. They have to either all be on their own day, or I have to train my normal programming with snatch and clean and jerk on the same day and bench and squat on the same day over and over and over for 5 weeks, and then I can do that kind of a PR day. But I hadn't done that, and I don't plan on doing it because I always underperform in the second lift that I do. So, or at least I don't get to go as heavy as I would want to be doing. And so, I went to do, like, I tried, so I got 240 on snatch, failed 295 on clean and jerk. It was so embarrassing. I knew I had no energy for it. I just attempted it anyway, just to feel it out. And like, I got a high ass pull. My core just couldn't force itself underneath. I was too dead. And I was really expecting to get at least a 315 clean that day. Probably would have if I started with clean and jerk too. But other than that, came in the next day, tried out my squats, went up to 365. My estimated PR that I had on there, because my main way of training is I go up 5 pounds at a time if I can get through the full 6 weeks of training, going up to like 90 to 95% for good sets. And so randomly trying to max out just did not work. My estimated PR was literally 360. I think if I had started with back squat on that first day, I probably could have been close to getting 475. And I failed 465. Mind you, I don't wear a belt ever for the sake of Olympic, and I just think it's better for my body. But because I don't wear a belt, I shouldn't even be PRing anyway, especially not normal. The only reason I didn't break myself was probably because I spent so long waiting to PR again. Like, I think it was at least a year and 3 months before the other day when I tried to PR again, since my last PR day. Just because I just for the way I want to train, it's inefficient. Like, I want to do weightlifting forever. I want to fully believe that I can throw some weights when I'm like 80. I think that'd be fucking sick. Just put like even a 25 over my head. God, that'd be awesome. Even the 35-pound bar, that'd be sick. Just to be able to get my arms behind my head like that. I know there's like so few people who can actually do that, and it's because they try to peak and go to the Olympics in their 20s. Anyway, so, failed squat, and at that point I knew I had no energy for bench because of how the day before went. So I was just like, I've already committed this far, I might as well just put in the work so I get some bench work in. And I just worked up to what felt like a comfortable single. I think I went up to 330 for a single, went really smooth, felt fine. But I could tell I was just so gassed, so tired, and put on 355, which was gonna be a PR, because my old weight was 350. I just wanted to at least attempt it. I had someone hard spotting me, because I didn't expect anything out of it. Failed that. I got pretty close to getting through it, but again, I feel like if I did bench on the first day, like I did snatch, I would have easily had 365. But again, just leaves more margin for success. You have to fail in order to succeed better. So to wrap it up, don't focus too hard on the fuck up. Think more of how to get over that, because you can get pissed off for 5 minutes and whatever in the moment. That's very understandable. Whatever. Of course, everybody does that. But when it comes down to it, you can't be sitting on that shit for weeks or months, whatever, thinking about, I used to be this strong, or I used to be able to do this and this and this. You need to just get mad in the moment, go home, sleep on it, wake up, and just tweak the program. See what needs to be fixed. For me, I literally spent 12 hours going back and forth, writing different programs, seeing what might have stuck, because I have a pretty good intuition about it because of how long I've done this, writing my own programs and just trial and erroring it. And I ended up doing what my program normally is, but I think I'm at the point where I can just do Snatch and clean and jerk most days without worrying about the accessories because my form is there, and that's just the decision I came down to, even though I wrote down like 12 hours worth of programming. So the passion of this sport comes from the temporary obsession, I think. I've been going crazy the past 2-3 days ever since I started failing that shit, and because I was very confident going into it, which is how you should be, no matter how well you do. You need to be fully confident in your program in order to do as well as you can. But you can get obsessed in the moment, you can get mad in the moment, but the moment you feel like you can fully commit again and really push through and like do better, like it's been one day, like I just went through one workout and I already feel like I'm gonna PR like crazy, even though I'm just gonna do the 5 pounds at a time like I used to. So even if I don't hit 315 for the first time until like 6 months from now, god damn it, I'm gonna be hitting that thing for like 4 singles for my first time, and that's gonna be crazy. So you will see the progress, I guarantee it. So if you feel like sticking around, seeing what I got left to put out, I feel like I got 20 more years in me to do some sick weight. So whoever feels like seeing it, I promise you, my progress will show, because on top of being obsessed with this shit, I am more passionate about the obsession than just being stressed out about it, So anyway, don't obsess too long, but obsess just enough to where you're gonna do better, and then accept that that's where you're at. Try the new program, even if you're gonna do the same thing again, just try something and just try it, go through it, feel it out. If it doesn't work, whatever. Be happy with who you are and try something new. There's always something you haven't tried, and that's just the way life is. Anyway, I have to go, so enjoy your days.